Yes, people. Hope you are all doing well on this fine Thursday morning. It's not even 9 o'clock here in the UK, and we've already got big news dropping from Fabrizio Romano, and we are here to dive into it all and deliver the content for you. Woke up about an hour and a half ago, did what I needed to do, had some breakfast, etc. Went outside, fresh air, and all that. And then I got on Twitter. I'm like, okay, let me do my morning Twitter stuff, get ready for today's stream and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought, let me have a look on Twitter, and then I see a load of Hugo Ekitike stuff. Yeah, let's dive into it, people. Hope you're all well. Have a brilliant day, whatever you're doing. And yeah, we've got 2 streams today. Obviously, for the people that know, I'm obviously going to London this weekend. So there will be no streams this weekend. But if there's any news, I will be updating you via the shorts as I am going to the boxing this weekend. But you can expect a really, really good vlog to come out of that. Let's dive into the news and let's chop it up. This is what Fabrizio Romano has had to say, people. By the way, if you are new to the channel, make sure you are smashing the likes and you watch. Yeah, make sure you are subscribing to the channel because we're grinding the content. We're pushing out the content, and yeah, we're not gonna stop, man, because I'm absolutely loving doing this to you guys. And yeah, I appreciate you, everyone. You going to Usyk Dubois? Yes, I will be going to Usyk Dubois, and I'm going to be live from the weigh-in. I'm going to try and go live from the weigh-in. Obviously at Wembley it's going to be difficult because obviously the signal and all that. But let's dive into it, people. Let's dive into it. But I will save the boxing chat the end of the show. We can end the show on the boxing chat. I'm going to start that comment. Big up to yourself, Lewis. Hope everyone is well in the chat. I see Katie, Nathan, Lewis, CJ, all in here. 21 people inside. Smash up the likes. Get subscribing. And now let's dive into it. This is what Fabrizio Romano has had to say at 8 a.m. this morning. Understand Liverpool are advancing today in club-to-club talks with Eintracht Frankfurt for Hugo Ekitike, while Isak deal depends on final decision by Newcastle as they insist on not for sale stance. Liverpool also preparing on both club and player side for Ekitike. So they're working on the personal terms, they're working on the actual overall package of the deal for Hugo Ekitike. And I know everyone's going to be kicking off in the chat saying, "Oh my God, is that Isak deal off?" I mean, in my opinion, if we was to sign Hugo Ekitike, I just don't see a world in where we sign Alexander Isak as well. So yeah, let me know. Do you think this deal is actually going to get over the line? Because I've got a feeling it will. Or is it Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards and Liverpool Football Club playing for the chess? Is it them playing 4D chess? Are they playing mind games with Newcastle? Now, in my opinion, that could very much be the case. That could very well much be the case. People are suggesting that, you know, and this is what Anfield Sector, they just put it perfectly tweeted here, that the deal will be closed only if Newcastle definitely close their doors for Alexander Isak in control. Liverpool are absolutely in massive control here because the fact we have, again, I said on my stream yesterday and I said on Uncle Rod's show, Liverpool have got Newcastle by the necks. They've got them by the necks, where it's like, look, you either give us your player in Alexander Isak, or we will take up Hugo Ekitike and we'll take your main target. We'll also take Mark Gahey, as well, as we know we've had interest in him in the past couple of weeks and months. So for me, this is no surprise that Liverpool are now advancing. Maybe because they think the deal is too difficult to do. But we had seen Fabrizio Romano come out late last night, not even 12 hours ago. I think it was about 10 o'clock, saying along the lines of Liverpool will try and do everything in their power to make the deal, get over the line with Isak, make make it something crazy deal to happen. I'm paraphrasing here. So what's changed in this 9 hours? I mean, I've said it all along, in my opinion. David Ornstein, Fabrizio Romano are less than more than they know. I feel like they know a lot more on the situation, but we know how journalists work. They have to drip feed the content. They have to kind of make it go on a bit, and they have to write things in certain ways. And that's the way David Ornstein has clearly been writing in the past couple of days. But yeah, that's a story for another day. But I want to dive into the chat, man. Big up to CJ, though. Big up, boss. What's the news? Yeah, we're discussing the Hugo Ekitike news. Isak deal off? Question mark. Do I think the Isak deal is off? Well, if we were to get Hugo Ekitike, in my opinion, yes. I just don't see a world where Liverpool get Hugo Ekitike, potentially left wing if Diaz leaves, a centre back, and Isak. I mean, look, I could be so wrong. We've seen this club do mad things before, but I don't see a world where we get Isak as well. But big up anyway. How are you this morning? I am good. I hope you are well as well. Flipping alarms going off here. Yeah, I'm doing well this morning. Doing really well this morning. Ekitike, here we go. I mean, it's not exactly a here we go just yet. Katie, the deal is, for example, it'll probably be off today. Isak deal was done yesterday, and now it's like Ekitike. What, 24 hours? Yeah, things move quickly in football. Big up, bro. Just found your channel. Subscribe to keep up the work. Thank you, man. So thank you so much for tuning into the channel. And just randomly giving me a chance and saying keep up the good work and smashing a subscription, mate. Big up to you, mate. You're having a good Thursday wherever you are in the world. Yeah, we will see some huge bomber today from Romano that we've agreed if he watch this space. What for Ekitike or Isak? Big up to Zia. What's good, bro? I think you get Ekitike. Honestly, you know what? I've been deep in this before I went live. I don't mind Hugo Ekitike as a player. I've seen it on many occasions. He's got similarities to Isak that I like in a player. He's got similarities that I like overall in a striker. And I feel like he'll come in and do a really good job because he's put up decent numbers. And I feel like in a Liverpool system, those numbers will naturally go up. So I'm actually excited even if we sign Ekitike because that probably means we've got more money in the kitty to go and get a Rodrygo who we have been linked with, who people on the channel know that I rate Rodrygo, they know I rate Anthony Gordon, and these are players that we've been linked with on the left-hand side. So if it means we're probably going to spend the money elsewhere on the squad as well, and a centre-back, like someone asked me in the chat yesterday, Isak, all three players, i.e. like let's say a centre-back, a striker and a winger, I'm taking the second option every day. Liverpool do need to make their mind up, Isak or Ekitike. I don't think it's about Liverpool making their mind up. I think they want Isak, but unfortunately it's looking like it's been proven to be difficult with Newcastle just not willing to basically come to the table. There is still a massive twist, the saga, I feel. Yeah, I agree. I don't think the Isak saga is completely dead. I just don't think, you hear briefs last night of Liverpool not giving up on the deal to then 9 hours later for the deal to kind of, all going on Hugo Ekitike. I think it's just Liverpool massively covering their ground. Slap the likes and subscribe. Yeah, man, we've got 40 people in here. Make sure you're getting these like buttons up and make sure you're smashing the likes. For Ekitike, big up, bro. Big up, CJ, man. You're always here. We will get Ekitike. I think we do. I think he's just at Frankfurt. Really? I feel like his end product ain't the best, but that's down to decision making in the final third at times. Do you know what I really like about Ekitike? Is his finishing. From what I have seen of him, I will be honest, I've only watched him in the Europa League and the odd couple of Bundesliga games. I'm not going to come on in and tell you every single thing about Hugo Ekitike because I don't watch Frankfurt week in, week out. But the fact of the matter is, some of the things I do like, his first touch, the way he's actually been able to link up with strikers, the versatility that you can probably could do a job in different formations in a 4-4-2, as Newcastle fans would say. And I like strikers who are quite versatile because I feel like we've got a very versatile manager, which is very good. And, his finishing, we'll see what that's going to be like at Liverpool. And, playing with the linking up with the likes of Florian Wirtz, Mohamed Salah, that's still going to be exciting, guys. I want Ekitike young and not injury prone. The thing is, I get where people have also mentioned this, linking to Darwin, don't need another project striker. I don't think Ekitike is full downs as a project striker. This is a guy that's been doing it in Europe. This is a guy that's clearly got better football fundamentals than Darwin Núñez at the time of his progression in both of their careers at the current time. And for me, again, if we end up at Ekitike, that's the player we end up with, and I fully back the team and the manager to make this a successful signing. If we get Rodrygo too, I don't mind Ekitike, but hopefully we can sign Isak in 2 years' time. I will say though, you guys would be the best fit for him because who will be having him around? Yep. You know, players coming in. Liverpool's the best place right now for players to come in, even to learn, because look at the experiences we have in the overall team. We're winning Premier League titles. You know, the buzz and the feel around the football club, we make you feel welcome. And I feel like when we signed Darwin, at the time was going through a bit of a transition period. So for me, right now, Ekitike can come in and just learn off the world's best players, some of the world's best players in the league and the world. So hopefully he would thrive and look forward to that. Smash the likes, people, 40 people in the building. Big up to CJ, man. We hold all the cards Ekitike has given his alliances to Liverpool. You can always agree stuff with Ekitike to put pressure on Newcastle, put it on a pause for a bit, and try for Isak again. We haven't bid in for Isak, and whether they want us to or not, I think we will. I agree with the first part of your statement that the Liverpool could be trying to put pressure on Newcastle, trying to lure them into the table, that knowing that, the reports are yesterday that Fabrizio Romano confirming that Liverpool are willing to actually, pay more than Newcastle. It is a big statement that it clearly is indicating that Newcastle either need to up their bid or Newcastle need to come to the table and get a deal done. But I don't think Isak, the deal is off, hence why there's a question mark. And I just thought, I want to deep this with the chat. Do you think the deal is off? What's your thoughts on Hugo Ekitike? Let me know in the chat. How would you feel about Ekitike coming to the football club? Saying Newcastle holds all the cards can work both ways. We will just see. I don't believe Isak joins one bit, but can't guarantee anything. Yep. Come on, Isak, put on a transfer request. We get Ekitike. I love him, and he can develop well on the slot. Yeah. This might be forced to Isak to kick up a fuss. If he panics, that's his big move. Won't happen. The thing is with Isak, though, I just don't think he will. I think, he might go to Newcastle and say, look at the project that Liverpool are offering me. It's too hard for me to turn down. Do you guys want to let me go? He doesn't strike me as the type of guy to put in transfer requests, not turn up to training sessions, etc. I mean, I just don't think he's that type of personality in him. But I mean, we're gonna find out, aren't we, in the next couple of days and hours, and probably today, what is really going to be going on? Is it Isak? Is it Ekitike? What is going on? Because I do think the next couple of hours are crucial, especially with Liverpool now advancing on both talks. And that means that's including Ekitike with the personal terms, and that's including inquiry about the fee, the structure of the deal as well. I don't mind Ekitike. Newcastle could be holding all the cards for Liverpool. Could never know. Yeah, that did come out last night. That Liverpool, apparently Hugo Ekitike prefers Liverpool if he is sold. Haaland is still my number 9 in the Premier League. Haaland's a better goal scorer than Alexander Isak, but then he's playing for Man City. Isak's playing for Newcastle. But in my opinion, I've always said Isak for me is the pound for pound best striker in the Premier League. I don't just look at what a striker does as a goal scoring aspect. I look at them as an overall footballer. Can they create? Can they do this? And Isak has got all that in his locker, the way he's able to create from deep, actually. Look at the goal against us for prime example, the way he picks up the ball, spins Virgil van Dijk and rockets it, top bins. Isak's a really good creating striker as well. Isak's got so many traits. It's not even just about how good he is in the aerial duels, how good he is on his left foot and his right foot. He's just an overall good footballer. I think he's an overall better footballer than Haaland. It's like, for example, when people compared the Haaland and Mbappe debate, I think Haaland again is a better goal scorer, but I think Mbappe is the better all-round footballer. He's just watched his mate Gyökeres kick up a fuss and get his move. Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's going to do it. I don't believe Liverpool would have not done club-to-club talks if they didn't think he wanted to join. Are you on about Isak or Ekitike? Haaland is employed to score goals. Isak is a better player. Haaland's a better goal scorer. Yes, that is facts. Haaland's better goal. Yeah. Big up to Alan, mate, in the chat. Newcastle fan here. He can play wild, great feet, brilliant first touch. Yeah, that's exactly the same for Isak and Hugo Ekitike. I want a striker that's ultimately, I want a striker that can just come in and put the ball on the back of the net. That's all I want. But the fact that Hugo Ekitike can offer other attributes from a creative standpoint of view as well, with his good football fundamentals, I think it's only better for his game because it offers more for his game when we need it. Big up to you, mates. Isak in a much worse team than Haaland. Isak might outscore Haaland at Liverpool. At Liverpool, I could see. The thing is, if Isak was to come to Liverpool, I believe personally the goals will just simply be spread. Salah's going to get goals. Whoever our left winger will get goals. Virtual gets goals. Maka can chip in. At Liverpool, it's not it won't just be singly Isak and that will singly be it. But yeah, big up CJ, man. So we've got over 60 people in the building live. We are live people on. It's just only gone past 9 o'clock here in the UK. Let's run these likes up to 30 if you haven't already done so. Right, I'm going to see if there's any more news. And also Fabrizio Romano did tweet this as well. Before coming out with that tweet, that obviously the reports on Ekitike and advancing yesterday with Newcastle are not confirmed at this stage. Newcastle's last bid was rejected on Monday by Eintracht Frankfurt, and no new proposal has been sent by then. No advances, and Liverpool are on it. Could Newcastle be waiting for Liverpool just to come to the table, guys? You know what? I know I talk about how I think Liverpool have got them by the next. Newcastle could be playing a blinder here. Newcastle could be playing a blinder because you look at it from this situation. Newcastle could just wait for Liverpool to come to the table and they can come in with a bid. Do you know what I mean? So, it's really going. This is a saga that's going to be really intriguing to see how it does develop over the coming days and hours. Because let me know, people in the chat. Isak or Ekitike, who will it be? Who will it be? Let me know. Isak, smash that likes and subscribe. Big up LFC for Life 66. Time to forget Isak Ekitike. It is. I mean, look, I do content, so I've got to talk about it. So I think for me, I don't think personally Isak is fully dead. I don't think Isak is completely dead, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I just don't think Liverpool briefed to the media, to the journalists, that they're not going to give up on a deal for them to literally less than 9 hours later to somewhat pull out and then fully focus on Ekitike. I just simply don't see it, in my opinion. But I could be wrong. Ekitike, Isak need to what we are getting and improving. Ekitike is raw, need time to adapt. Yep. Liverpool and Newcastle are both outsmarting each other. Again, yeah, the thing is, it's not singly Liverpool just absolute master planning this. Newcastle, they're playing their part as well. How do we know that Newcastle aren't preparing a bid? We've not seen nothing to suggest that Newcastle have left the table. So no Isak 24-hour stream. Oh God. Yeah, for people in the chat that are new, basically I betted someone online. He came on my channel and literally betted me borderline to my face and said, if Isak becomes a Liverpool player, do a 24-hour stream. I was like, fine. But the thing is, if I do a 24-hour stream, there's more reason as to why I'm going to do it. It's more about I want to raise money for a certain charity that I'm going to talk about soon. So, yeah, you say that Eddie Howe has developed players into internationals. Hall, Livermento, Byrne, Gordon, even Isak has improved under Eddie Howe. Even Joe Linton is now Brazilian international. Eddie Howe's a quality manager. I've always said this. The way he's progressed through his career, the whole story through Bournemouth, he didn't really jump ship. He jumped to Newcastle at the current right time, right at the start of their project. He's done very well, man. Now he's won them their first trophy, but second time in his career to get Champions League football as a manager. I still remember about Joe Linton, the fact that you guys brought him out as a striker. That's one of the maddest transformations. Like, you bring in Joe Linton for 40 million quid. A couple of years later, you just transform into this big, robust, competitive, like, just beast midfielder. Joe Linton's so underrated. Like, people will give Tonali and Bruno G their credits, but what Joe Linton does that a lot of people don't recognise, it's nothing but quality. What about these stories? We want Isak and Ekitike. Look, can't see it myself. Yeah, I don't buy in. I didn't buy into that myself, to be honest. Not sure what happening. Do you think Liverpool will go again for Isak? I don't think Isak is completely dead, and I've said this on many occasions. I don't think it's completely dead. You have got Isak. He's just in your shopping cart. You ain't checked out yet. Yeah. So no Isak then. I don't think for people in the chat that are thinking, is Isak done? I don't think it is, but that's my opinion. I just don't think Liverpool are willing to walk away from the deal just yet. Big up N90 in the chat, man. Go and subscribe to N90. He's on the road to 100. We've got 70 plus people in the building, man. Let's get his subscriptions up. Big up to N90, man. N90, bro, listen. Oh, bro. What a stream last night, man. If you haven't watched it, go and watch back Uncle Rod's stream. That was... Oh, man. I can't believe I went to bed at R3. Hello, N90. Yeah, big up. Big up the chat as always. Underwhelming Ekitike. Explain to me why you think it's underwhelming. All Newcastle fans wants happens if he joins us. How much really he worth? What, Ekitike? I've always been consistent with the Ekitike situation. Him as a player and a footballer, I like his football fundamentals and everything that I've mentioned about him on previous channels, on previous shows. For me, it's all been about the price because, when it first came around, they would cost about 100 million. I was a bit like, I would rather me personally go and get me like a Joel Pedro for 60 million. Go and get me a Liam Delap. Go and get me a Mateta. And I got ridiculed for saying when we went through the Mateta stuff the other day, I said I'll take Mateta, and people were laughing like he's a bad footballer. It's like, he's not. I've never felt Isak was happening. Isak. I mean, I'm sure you mean about Isak about this question. Isak for me is, I don't think Liverpool would have paid more than 140. Probably, I don't think he is a character force to move the new to match Newcastle's valuation. Yeah, I've always said this. Isak can play his part in a way by saying, the project and Liverpool is too hard for me to turn down. I can get you a big fee, etc. But he doesn't seem like the type of guy to not turn up to training matches, to put in a transfer request. He just doesn't seem that type of guy from watching him in football and the way he comes across with his personality. If Darwin doesn't want to go to Saudi in the club. Awesome. Out there. This is a power play. We are showing Newcastle that Ekitike side is our control. Now, what about Isak? Isak comes into our control if Hugo Ekitike were to become a Newcastle player. I've always said this. For me, Isak to become a Liverpool player, Hugo Ekitike has to be a Newcastle player. And we have to see Ekitike, here we go, this and that, for it to happen. Isak don't want to win things, and I don't think it's more about winning things. If Newcastle aren't going to let him go, what's he supposed to do? Romano is not bearing in mind we sold the price for a forward. Instantly goes, Ekitike's dribbling is crazy. Yes. For a guy that's like, what, 6'2", 6'3" plus, he moves very good on the ball. That's why a lot of people are calling him Baby Isak. I guess we will only know Isak's view if the deal for Ekitike looks like certainly for LFC. I question 26-year-old Isak's ambition if he says Ekitike 23 is younger and guaranteed prems. Yes, Newcastle just won a Premier Cup. Imagine Newcastle against Barca. Played PSG 2 years ago. I still feel sorry for Newcastle, man. You guys got robbed in that group. Was it PSG where you got that dodgy penalty? I think it was. Was it PSG? I can't remember if it was PSG or not. And you had Dortmund in your group. I think you had Dortmund, Milan, PSG, wasn't it? Yeah, dodgy handball in Paris. Yes. Yeah, because I remember Newcastle at a point were actually doing very well in that group. You beat PSG, I think 4-1. I think you lost to Milan. Bring any number 9 in. I won't say bring in any number 9, but just bring me a number 9 that's gonna do what a striker does. That's all I want. I'm not bothered about the whole flashy name. I couldn't give a toss if you've got the worst name in the world. But if you score me goals and win me football matches, which is what I want, then I'm gonna back you and I'm not gonna complain. Yeah, we were in a group that resulted in 2 semi-finalists. Yes, because Milan got to the semis, didn't they? Because it was it an all Milan semi-final? Newcastle are cooked if they play PSG or Barca. I mean, most teams are cooked when they play PSG and Barca. Have we bid for Ekitike? I mean, as it stands, we have not bidded for Hugo Ekitike, but things can quickly change in football. Things can quickly, definitely change. Let me have a look, see if there's any more bits regarding this situation. So again, guys, I'm gonna be honest. In my opinion, I'm not writing off Isak just yet. I just think it'd be a bit madness to completely write off the deal. Will Isak become another Harry Kane if he stays at Newcastle or in Madrid? I think it's different, though, because the thing is, I actually think it doesn't mean Isak's not. I don't think there's a world where Isak stays there beyond next season, especially if he doesn't sign the contract. He's got 3 years left. He'll go into, and if he doesn't sign next year, he'll go into 1 year. I think he's gone next summer. I've always remained consistent in this saga in the places where I think he'll go: Liverpool or Barcelona. Or can buying come in big for him when Harry Kane leaves? Let's go Ekitike, rest in peace, Jar. Yeah, always rest in peace, Thiago and Andre, man. Again, 2 weeks ago today, man. Still doesn't feel real. 30 likes, let's get them up to 40. How many likes are we on? 30 likes, yeah, people. Let's get these up to minimum 50 likes. 50 likes on today's stream. Let's do that. Personally, I would like Ekitike, Rodrygo, Ekitike, maybe Atto. To be honest with you, I actually think that could be somewhat realistic. Because, it looks like at a point in time we was close with Gay. Rodrygo news broke last night. Yeah, I'm gonna start your comment, mate. We're just going through the Ekitike stuff. And Isak, and then we're gonna move on to Rodrygo. And then wrap up this. Just could be a quick fire 1 hour stream. Because I'm going to go to the barbers, get a fresh trim because I'm going to London this weekend. And then I need to pack my suitcase, and then I'm going to do a midday live stream. And then I'm going to get ready to go to London. Can't wait to see Verts play on the 26th. Yeah, man. Same. Newcastle are sacrificing their project just to keep Isak for one more, unless the season not being able to replace him. I just don't think Newcastle want to sell because they know how good he is. I was actually deep in this from a Newcastle's perspective. Forget the money side of things. Isak is their crown jewels. He's their best player by a country mile. He's the guy that is the difference. I mean, look, he scored in the cup final. The guy's a beast. I can understand why Newcastle wouldn't want to sell him. But if I was Newcastle, I would. Mainly due to the money reasons. How he sacrificed our project. I wanted to keep one of our best players and trying to build. I think those options are realistic too and would solve a good few problems for us. Does Isak have to come out and say he's staying or going? I mean, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to, but it's up to him what he does with his life. But we're going to see, guys, aren't we? He leaves next year no matter what. You'll be missed out on replacements. Where did Liverpool finish in the league next season? I still think we win the league. I'm confident we win the league. Ekitike or Isak. Now, if Arsenal maybe go and sign Eze, Rodrygo, maybe another player or two, then my mind could potentially change. But if Liverpool sign Ekitike and bring in a winger, as it looks like Diaz could go, I still fancy Liverpool to win the league. Isak or no Isak, he will never sign a new deal. If they think they can keep him for one more year, they are deluded and putting their projects in jeopardy, is what people are saying. Newcastle folks, Isak's value will be 50 mil less next year. He will not be 50 million, mate. Newcastle will still be able to demand 100 million. If he has a brilliant season, Newcastle can easily still demand another 100 million easily. Rodrygo to join Liverpool 100%. Facts. If Isak tears his ACL next year, they may never get the amount of money. Yeah, but that's football though, isn't it? Like, I know it's not the same thing, but that's the same thing with any footballer in any sort of deal. Big up N90, man. People still got over 60 people in here. Like, let's get N90's numbers up, man. Big up N90. Smash the likes. We won without Isak, so I'm not bothered, to be fair. As long as we get decent replacements for those who are leaving, I will be okay. And I've always remained on that. I've always remained confident with Richard Hughes or remained. I've always had belief in their project that they are building. So whoever they bring in, I will back the man. I don't care what the name is. Obviously, Isak is, the dream that I would like. Newcastle should sell Isak to Liverpool and buy Ekitike. That's fair win-win for everyone. Not really, because I don't think. They're downgrading, really, aren't they? But yeah, look, it's going to be interesting to see how this all goes down. It is certainly going to be intriguing. I'm really excited. I like it when transfers take a bit of a twist because it does add a bit of story to it. I don't mind twists and turns in a transfer. Let me see what, if anything, is Let me see if there's been any updates. Yeah, just the kind of the same things. Yeah, breaking Liverpool are on it for Hugo Ekitike. Oh god, here we go. Intercala news. Bomber apparently. Even though that guy tweeted out last night that Liverpool's bid is imminent. Oh lord, oh lord. But the fact that Liverpool are somewhat in control. We've had a Florian Plettenberg tweet though. I've just seen. Let me have a look what Florian Plettenberg. Have a look what he's tweeted. This is what he's tweeted. Liverpool have verbally indicated to Eintracht Frankfurt they are ready to bid for Hugo Ekitike. Isn't this the same guy that said Liverpool are going to literally 100% bid for Isak? I mean, Hugo Ekitike have made it clear to Frankfurt that they are prepared to pay more than Newcastle, as reported yesterday. As of this morning, there has still been no written offer from LFC. However, there are new talks taking place today. Newcastle could not progress in negotiations with Eintracht Frankfurt yesterday. Eintracht feeling that Ekitike would like to join Liverpool. So yeah, it's looking like the feeling that he would like to join Liverpool. Liverpool wants to pay more money. Chat, let me know how you feel about this. How do you feel about this? There's been another tweet. Liverpool are working on a deal with Frankfurt's camp in discussing the final terms. To reach an agreement, a deal will be closed only if Newcastle definitely close on Isak. Oh god, what's this Indy said then? We can confirm yesterday afternoon high-level meeting took place in New York regarding Rodrygo between LFC. Agent Rodrygo is very keen on the Liverpool project. Okay, yeah, it's looking like the Ekitike is going to happen. Let me bring it up for you on Anfield Edition. Anfield Edition. Yeah. This is what Fabrizio's had to say, guys. Liverpool are working on a deal, discussing final terms. In order to reach an agreement, a deal will be closed only if Newcastle definitely close the door on Isak. So yeah, I think what Liverpool are doing is, I don't think we're going to see it. Here we go. I mean, I might be wrong. Do you want to know how I see this going down? In my opinion, this is what I personally think and feel. Liverpool are getting down to the nitty-gritty, the last bits of the detail, and then they're going to try again for Isak, and whether that happens or not, if not, all they have to do is go straight for Ekitike with the bid, bosh, and the deal's done. So Liverpool have absolutely future planned here. It reminds me of the Caicedo Lavia situation, where Liverpool wanted Caicedo, and we went in late. I know this is a different story, but Liverpool didn't really leave themselves in the playing ground and the planning of Lavia, because if we had have done the future terms, the personal terms, we would have done, let's say, the final agreement. If we had have failed with Caicedo, all we had to do is put in the money that they wanted, and Lavia would have been ours. Liverpool aren't making those same mistakes. Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards are not making these mistakes. And I've said it for a while. I do think Ekitike will. The word doesn't guarantee it. Where does it say guarantee? But we've got 83 people in here, man. Let's get these likes up to 50 if you haven't already done so. We are, by the way, 2 subs from 1,830. So, if you can help me get there, then that will obviously be much appreciated. Yeah. Let me just message my uncle about something. Big up to everyone. This move could be the biggest career of his life. Isak won't get a better chance. Not that the realms of possibility. I just don't think that the Isak deal's dead. That's just my opinion, and I'm going to stand on that. I just don't think Liverpool let brief to the media, etc., that there is a bit of a region waiting for Isak if they didn't think it was possible, and they wouldn't give up that easily. Do you know what I mean? I just think Liverpool are basically working so. I just think apologies about that. I just think Liverpool are working so hard on this deal to them for if Isak doesn't become available, all they have to do is basically press a button, do one of a couple of things. Bids in, Isak is our player because we've agreed personal terms, etc. That's just what I personally think and feel, and I think that's how it's going to go down. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. In 5 minutes' time, we can get a Hugo Ekitiike. Here we go. We are get these likes to 50. When I put Newcastle fans, I just yeah. Let's scroll back up in the chat. Yeah, that's how Liverpool will always be like that. Right, I'm gonna quickly go toilet, guys, and then we're gonna do another 20, 30 minutes because I want to talk about Rodrygo quickly. But yeah, man, big up to everyone in the chat. Quality morning stream here in the here on Thursday. So big up to every single one of you. And yeah, smash the likes. Get subscribing. We're 12 likes away from 50. Big up to everyone. Back in a minute, I'm just going toilet. Right, we're back. The fact that none of you guys left is kind of mad. Big up to you all. Let's catch up with the chat. Let's catch up with the chat. Maybe Isak thinks he will stay and still have the pull in 2 years' time. However, at that point there will be other superstar strikers that will be younger. Yeah, I don't think we agreed terms with Isak. We are waiting for the green light. Then we will talk to Isak. We could get Ekitike, then Newcastle could simply just go and buy someone cheap. Yeah. Hugo, here we go soon. Possibly. I've remained consistent. I think by Sunday we know what's what. Whether we're still trying for Isak, whether it is Hugo Ekitike. Rodrygo news. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna catch up with the chat, and then we'll talk on Rodrygo, mate. Newcastle should have signed Delap as a backup. I'm really surprised not many teams actually tried for Delap. For a guy that was very good for Ipswich in a relegation side, for 30 million, you can't go wrong. It's not hard to make 30 million back on a player these days, you know, especially being English as well. It's not hard to really make 30 million pound back on a player. So that I think he's gonna bang for Chelsea, and you know, in a couple of years' time, if they want, they can sign him for big money. Rodrygo's family. Right, focus on life. Have a good day. Have a good day yourself, mate. Hope you have a brilliant day, bro. So does Newcastle have to ask Isak, does he want to stay or go? I don't think it's more about wants to stay or go. It's just simply up to Newcastle. Big up. 10 more likes for 50. Yeah, man. Right, I'm gonna refresh my tab and see if there's anything new. Right, what? Let's talk about Rodrygo, because this is the news that broke last night from ESPN Brazil that confirmed Liverpool have now fully entered the race for Rodrygo. They want him. We know that Liverpool rejected a bid for Luis Diaz, for example. I believe, in my opinion, this only happens if we sell Luis Diaz. I just don't see a world where we have Luis Diaz, Rodrygo, Gakpo that can all play on the left. However, it's brilliant options to have. Like, don't get me wrong, I would love it. But I just don't think that happens, in my opinion, without a sale. I just think it makes a lot of sense just to sell Diaz for the similar round fee from what Rodrygo will cost. Obviously, I know I've seen the reports that Diaz would cost, Rodrygo would cost you probably about 60 to 80 million euros from what I've seen from people. And Diaz is what we want, a similar price. And obviously, it's looking at Barcelona buying are going to be reigniting their interest and their comeback for Diaz. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes down and whether Liverpool do fully into the race. But even a front three of Rodrygo, Ekitike, and Salah would be nuts. Would be nuts. Diaz is worth keeping out of his personalized things. I said to you guys will know who ends is on the chat. I said to him, would you take Diaz, right, but you put him strictly down the middle? You don't play him on the left. You put him down the middle. We know he can do a job down the middle, and you go and get, let's say, a Mateta, but you go all in and you go and get Rodrygo. I said to him, you know what, I would actually do that. For 120 million. You get an absolute baller off the left that will come in and play in his natural position. I think he would bang for Liverpool. And then on Mateta, Mateta, I feel like he offers you something different. The way he's able to shrug off defenders, hold off the ball, bully defenders, be a nuisance in the air. And he's very, very good in the box. I think he's actually a very good finisher. 43 goals and assists. in the Premier League for Crystal Palace under Glasner. I think he's very, very good. Won them their first trophy. He won't cost you loads because he has only got a year left on his contract, though. So, obviously, that news broke out a couple of days ago. I don't know if that's advanced because I'm not seeing anything on it. And to be fair, I hate to say it, but did we get any insurance money for Jar? No disrespect. I just don't want to talk about that situation if that was to even ever be the case. I just think it's kind of wrong to, speak on someone like that. And then people linking it that thinking we can use the money to get a transfer. In my opinion, talk about stuff like that doesn't quite sit well with me. Now, Rodrygo, chat, what are you saying to Rodrygo? Last season, he got 6 goals and 5 assists, 5 goals in the Champions League as well, 2 assists, and he also scored 2 goals in the Supercup. You know what's interesting though? He played 12 games off the left and got 12 goals and assists. So people are saying that he can't bang in his natural position. While we've not seen him in his natural position, he's proven when he plays in his natural position, he balls out. Rodrygo's a baller, man. Like, he seems like the type of guy that just wants to go to a team and become the main guy in the attack. And I feel like at Liverpool, he would have the keys to kind of do that. With Salah only having 2 years left on his contract, he would come in and be that main focal point, I believe, in the next couple of years for a 24-year-old as well. I just think this is a player, man. If he's available, you don't say no. It's a bit like the Vert situation. The Vert situation where we all found out he was available and we ended up getting him. Rodrygo's in that camp. If Rodrygo's available, go and get him. That's just how I simply stand on the situation of Rodrygo. We should not sign a player that can start for their team. I mean, it's difficult when Real Madrid are playing different formations, especially under Carlo. At times, playing 2 up top, Bellingham and behind. It's hard when you got Vinny Jr. and Mbappe at the football club. It's not like he's playing with Whistle and Buemo, for example. No disrespect to them, they're good players, but yeah, he's kind of hard to become a main starter in the team, depending on the formation you play, and with Mbappe and Vinny Jr. in the team. I just think he's an all-round baller, man. The way he directs on the ball. And do you know what I like about him? He's big in big moments. Look how many times he stood up for Real Madrid in the big games, especially in the Champions League. Big game player, big game character. That's what I like. So does Newcastle have to tell Isak he wants to go, or just have to tell him he's not going anywhere? Isak will probably have to say to Newcastle, yes, I won't mind going. He probably would have to say something on the lines of that, because otherwise Newcastle are definitely not going to sell him. But I've always remained consistent that for me, Isak would have to, play a part. Rodrygo wasn't played because of Mbappe and Vinny. I mean, why wasn't he? There was times last season where Real Madrid had been playing a 2 up top formation, and Rodrygo just simply hasn't played. And he's been favoured over other players. That proves he is not good as people say. He can't compete with other players in the team. They literally play Arda and Garcia over him. I mean, Arda and Garcia are different style players to Rodrygo. Bournemouth signed Petrovic 25 mil for Chelsea. We sold Keller for 12 mil. Yeah, but I believe the reason why we did that was to kind of help fluctuate and get the first deal done over the line. Because ultimately, Flecken went to Leverkusen, Kelleher went there, and obviously Leverkusen wanted to get some good solid foundations in place in terms of the players that they wanted before selling Wirtz, which is what Liverpool respected, hence why they brought in Flecken. they was getting close on the Kwanzaa deal, and I can't remember if they brought any other players. And when he was played out of position. He hasn't always played out of position though. He played 12 games off the left, I think it was last season. So you can't. He's not always out of position, and we've seen Real Madrid in their attack, but many times where wingers will just swap sides. He's not constantly just on the right, and that's it. People smash the likes if you are new. By the way, I'm gonna check my phone to see if there's any regarding updates. The feeling, yeah, Pletico saying that the feeling about Ekitike. Me personally, I just wouldn't worry too much about the situation. I still think there's a lot more. There's I don't think the situation's completely dead. I just don't see it, in my opinion. I just don't think Newcastle walk away from their Ekitike deal, and I just don't think Liverpool pull away from Alexander Isak just yet. That's just my opinion, guys. But look, I may be proven wrong. It might be remain to be seen. But we're certainly gonna find out, though, aren't we? We're certainly gonna find out. Right, I'm gonna go and get some water because I need a drink. And yeah, we're back in just a minute, and then we'll go over anything you guys want to talk about for the rest of the show. So yeah, back in literally 2-3 minutes. Smash the likes, get subscribing if you are new to the channel. 8 likes away from 50, so let's try and push toward that. Big up to everyone. It's going to be a brilliant weekend. Weather looks decent today, man. So I'm going to go and enjoy that as well later today. Big up to everyone. Right, I am back. Here's a question people in the chat. Do you think Rodrygo is going to happen then? What do you think is going to happen with the Rodrygo situation? Let me know. We are going to be doing a live stream, by the way, at midday, which will be the last live until Sunday, as I am going to the boxing on Saturday. But I will be doing content over the weekend in terms of a vlog of the event, etc. I mean, it's going to be iconic, innit? Undisputed in this country. The first time this country has actually seen all the belts on the line at Wembley. So if you like your boxing, subscribe as well. So yeah, we will be doing a vlog of the Dubois Usyk and also the weigh-in as well. We're going to be going to the weigh-in, and it's at Box Park, and apparently a good amount of people are meant to be there. So potentially, if we can get some interviews or some content with some former boxers or anything like that, we are going to try for that as well. And then obviously, look, if any big news breaks, I don't know, Hugo Ekitiike to Liverpool, here we go, for example, that happens, I will do a 60-second short, maybe a 2-3 minute video on my phone, something like that, like just quick fire brief thoughts on the situation. So yeah, big up to everyone, man. Big up to everyone. Let me know what you want to talk about. Refer to my previous comment. There's a reason why he's asking him to play in his preferred position, yeah, because that's his position he wants to play in. Funny enough, mate, players do want to play in their preferred position. Like Mohamed Salah. Does Mohamed Salah want to play off the left? No, because he wants to play in his preferred position on the right. My strong hand is... Wait. My strong hand is on my right, doesn't mean I only stay to the left side of the ring. That is... Big up to you, bro. You always support my channel, but that is a terrible comparison to footballing terms. You know? A green person in terms of Ekitike pretty much guarantees LFC gets one of the two. Yeah, exactly. This is why I'm not panicking about the situation, guys, and this is why nobody else should be panicking, because this is the way I look at the situation. This is the way I look at the situation, right? It's very simple as this. I'll bring it back on screen because obviously we're going back to the Ekitike talk. People that are watching, if you want to listen to the Rodrygo chat, we are just spoke about Rodrygo. Big up to Enzman. He taught me how to do the timestamps. So from Sunday, we're actually going to do timestamps on all my streams. So if people want to watch like certain stuff, we can, do that as well. And I look, that's the thing. Liverpool have basically future planning themselves. They're not making the same mistake twice with Caicedo and Lavia. That's why I compared it to that situation when we tried to get back for Lavia, and we kind of messed up because we didn't really get a guaranteed deal with them guys, and we went in for Caicedo and got burnt. And I think Liverpool learned their lesson, certainly. And I also think not Rodrygo, Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards aren't stupid enough to do that. We've seen how they've done deals. This summer they brought in Madavashvili a year before. Look how many months and months the groundwork they worked on Kirkes. The Frimpong deal they worked on for months, as they knew about the Trent situation, about the release clause, etc. The details of that. Same with Florian Wirtz, that came out that they've been working on that deal since January. So for me, Liverpool are just future planning themselves. They're making sure that they're going to get at least one of these two players, because I just don't think Liverpool allow that. The fact that Liverpool are willing to pay more to Frankfurt is a big thing, and that's really is key. And agreeing that personal terms with the player to kind of fall back on if we went in for Isak and we failed, at least we can go to Ekitike and wrap up a deal with. Let me have a look. What else is the chat saying? 5 likes away from 50. Yeah, man, better than Diaz any day. What, Rodrygo? Are you referring to Rodrygo? Is that what you're referring to? Diaz is proven. Yeah, your opinion. And actually starts. Rodrygo doesn't. The thing is, when it comes to starting a player, I always find this context involved. Proven at given dribbles and loses the ball. That's Diaz. Oh god, here we go. But yeah, I'm gonna go through some of the starred questions. Are you going to use it at the bar? Yes. But yeah, we will be doing content on that. I can't wait for it, guys. I cannot wait to be down at Wembley, Sweet Caroline, Usyk Dubois. It's gonna be mental event the whole weekend. I cannot wait, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. So yeah, guys, make sure I think we're gonna wrap up here. I think. Unless there's any stuff that you guys want to talk about. It was going to be a quick 1 hour stream just reacting to the Hugo Ekitike news. We are going to be back live later today, though, at 1 o'clock. So in a couple of hours' time, so in about 3 hours, I'm going to go and get a fresh trim ready for London. I'm going to do some other stuff. Yeah, Usyk will win. I think I'm really 50-50 on the situation, who I think. My head tells me Alexander Usyk, but then there's a part of me that just tells me Daniel Dubois. Let's not. Why is my alarm going off then? Guys, let's just keep it civil in the chat, please. Like this is a footballing live stream. Let's just be like civil here. Let's just come on, man. Big up to everyone. So yeah, guys, we're gonna wrap up here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna redirect to the next stream, which will be at 1 o'clock. I don't think anyone else is live from what I've seen and looked. I mean, it's 10 o'clock. But yes, so what I'm gonna do is go and smash a like on that up and coming stream, and we will be back at 1 o'clock. If I don't see you at 1 o'clock, have a brilliant weekend. If not, we will be back on Sunday. The vlog will go out on Sunday. I'm going to try and edit it as much as I can, to try and get it out for Sunday. I'll probably edit it on the train home. And then yeah, we'll be back Sunday for a good. I mean, by then, to be fair, there'll be quite a lot of news to talk about. So we'll do a big live stream on Sunday night. So yeah, make sure you go and subscribe to all the fellow content creators that have been on my channel this week. I've enjoyed them all. N90, Uncle Rods has been on. Trying to think of anyone else has been on the channel. Big up to Enz as well, man. Did a show with him last night as well. Make sure you go and subscribe to me. He's on the road to 5K. Hopefully me and him will be doing content very, very soon. Again, so yeah, big up to everyone, man. Smash that like button if you are new, and make sure you're subscribing. We're one sub away from 1,830. The road to 2K is certainly on, ladies and gentlemen, and next week we're looking to push towards that 2K goal, and then we go to 3K, and we just keep on going and going. Big up to my community, man. Thank you so much for showing me all the love this week. Take care. We are redirecting, so smash that like on the up and coming stream. Take care, guys. Have a brilliant weekend. Enjoy the boxing, whatever you're doing. And yeah, over and out. Hugo Ekitike, is he going to become a Liverpool player? I guess we're going to have to find out.